All right, welcome Heidi and Papi. Thank you for meeting with me this morning. It's 8 a.m. here in North Dakota. It's 3 p.m. in Poland. I have a few questions I'd love for you to share with Riverside here. Are you ready?
Yeah, yeah, we're ready.
Okay, all right.
Heidi's
And
Heidi's ready.
yeah, Heidi, feel free to jump in at any time. My first question for you both is just tell us how you're doing. How's the family? How are you and the kids?
Our lives are pretty much the typical busy family with three kids in sports, two of them in multiple sports, and a teenager working on high school stuff. Two of our kids are homeschooled, one's in a small private school. And so we're pretty much very busy on
Mhm.
the go. As you can see, I'm in the car. I had finished physio with my oldest son and stopped by to check out some things on his Christmas list. We wouldn't want it any other way. So it's been fun and challenging to go through all the different life changes as the kids get older.
Well, let me ask you guys about your work that you're doing there in Poland, and where have you seen the Lord moving in your ministry?
Heidi, why don't you start with your basketball ministry experience?
Yeah.
Um, I don't know where to start. Recently it's just very, very simple. Actually this time of year I usually try and pick up candy canes for my kids that I coach and my women. So actually Saturday night my women are coming over. I coach adult women as well. And so they're coming for a Christmas party. And I don't know if you know, like obviously you probably know the candy cane story, the story of the cane and that it's like a J upside
Oh yeah.
down, a shepherd's
Yeah.
staff, the red and the white and the story. And it gives a great platform to share more about, Christ and as we say in English, the reason for the season
Yeah.
kind of thing. So I'm excited that that's the season that I'm in now, which helps with some of the newer players that don't know me as well. In the sense of because a lot of the times when I'm coaching, obviously it's like not that I'm coaching through a Christian organization.
Right.
I'm there kind of helping, sometimes even just volunteering, so that I can be a light and plug in. I have gotten to talk with several of the girls more deeply, about their faith. I think one of the things in Poland that's interesting is a lot of people are Catholic by birth, by heritage,
Okay.
and trying to figure out what that means more than just the traditional, we go to church on this holiday, I say this and I do that, and helping people and like the players and some of the women see the relationship. How do you understand the relationship that Christ desires with each of us, and take the focus off of the religion aspect and put the focus on God and the relationship with Him.
Yeah.
And so trying to find ways to physically continue to bless them, especially when the talking aspect about sharing exactly who Christ is to them is still very guarded.
Cool.
And so you have to live out Christ to kind of open these doors in different people. And I work with girls that are the same way, with players, that you mention anything about Christ and you can just see this
Well, I'll go up.
wall of clothes come up,
Hmm.
but you do things that bless them and help them, and you see them wanting to know more about you. Who are you? Like, where does this come from?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's in sport and ministry, and and just regular your life ministry, whether it be at the grocery store, or the guy at the gas
Hmm.
station you see all the time. How do you help people see Christ in you and be ready to give an account for that?
Yeah.
I would add to it to what Heidi was saying that we live in Warsaw, probably the fastest it's secularizing really fast, like really fast.
Mm-hmm.
And it is not uncommon to, chat with the kids where like even 10 years ago, we would hear when we asked the question about their faith, they would still sort of follow their family tradition and today it's not the case at all. So we have like two walls to break through. And one is the traditional conservative Catholicism,
Okay.
with religious, uh, with men that are religious, and the
Hmm.
other one is that modern secular
Yeah.
worldview. We see, the question is where is God moving? I think God is moving in all of those relationships that we have. We
Yeah.
see men and women coming to to Christ. I think through the 4M ministry, we see that impacting men with the gospel, how that impacts their homes, how that impacts their families and communities. And so one thing that I can't even wrap my mind around is that this coming weekend we have a retreat for 25 leaders on Friday to Saturday. On Saturday we have like a 1 day retreat together for men from all of Poland, and there's 25 of them, and I want to say like 50% of them came to know Jesus through that ministry.
That's 4M.
Through 4M. And
tell us a bit about 4M, just briefly, if people don't know.
So for M, as in Fourth Musketeer, is the ministry that I believe we when we spoke last time, we explained a little bit of the transition that we've gone through last year, switching from the sports ministry. Last year, I committed myself fully to being available to men as a part of Fourth Musketeer 4M ministry. So essentially, the way it's built, we have two character challenges, two weekends in a year where we host over 100 men coming from from those backgrounds, the secular backgrounds, from religious backgrounds, but mainly men that want to go through some sort of spiritual, physical, mental type of adventure. And it and this, both of these events, they finish up at the highest peak on earth, as we like to call it, which is at the foot of the cross, at the feet of the cross. So it finishes with the gospel story, and many of them have found Jesus.
Just real quick, so you have 4M, the Fourth Musketeer. That's something you're doing in Poland. There's multiple weekend activities.
Sure.
You're drawing men from that who are coming to Christ, training them in leadership. Then now you're talking about Muskulathon.
Muskatlan. So there,
Muskulathon.
if you know Elon Musk, so that's how I say it, the MUSK. Muskathlon, which is a combination of two words, musketeer and marathon.
So this is my next question. I was going to ask. Tell us about your trip to Nepal.
Okay. There you go. So the idea is to find a place that is stricken, well, number one, stricken by poverty, where people, don't have means to live off. They don't make any money. But I think more importantly, a place where that's also dark spiritually, where there is no gospel, where there is no church, where there are no believers. And this past few years, because of the help that we were providing to the Valley, they are very much open, even knowing that we are Christians and what we do. And despite some opposition last year, this year we were met with favor.
How can we continue to partner with you guys as you're serving in Poland, as you're serving in Nepal?
Our ministry is nationwide, as in Poland, but it's also global. Well, number one, you're invited to come anytime and see even the projects that we do. Whether you want to send someone to spend some time with Heidi as she's coaching and building relationships with the girls and other coaches within the club here in Warsaw, and same thing with the ministry that we do with men. I mean, I know men. I know they're very similar, whether in Poland or in the States, and so for men to be together, it's something special, and they need each other. Come over and be a part of any of the XCCs, the Extreme Character Challenges, or even Muskatlan. Muskatlan is open for anyone, young, old, men, women. It's anyone can do it. There's lots of opportunities for you to serve alongside, and Yeah, and even if you want to come full time, hey, we have an opening too. So
Well, thank you. We will be praying for you. We'll be praying for your health, for a new car, um, to reach 1 million men, and for that understanding of God's calling in your lives, but also the lives of those you're connecting with and meeting through all these different things that you're doing. Thank you so much for sharing with us this morning. Uh, Merry Christmas. And how do you say Merry Christmas in Polish?
okay, so Merry Christmas, Wesołych Świąt, but it's like the literal translation is Happy Holidays, but
Okay.
if you say like Merry Christmas, it's Wesołych Świąt Bożego Narodzenia.
Well, thank you very much, and to you too.
Yes.